Hi all, thanks for joining this session. In this session, we are going to talk about the migration wizard in the DataOps suite. So, the migration wizard helps you validate the migration process which is already executed. Let's say we have a migration case wherein you are moving an on-premises database, the tables of the on-premises database to a database. So, in this case, the migration happened from on-premises to Snowflake, and then we are validating this both the databases, whether this data moved properly from on-premises to Snowflake or not. Okay, let us take an example and try to understand the migration wizard. I'll show you demo of that particular use case which I'm going to show you now. So let's consider this scenario or a use case. In this case, I'm considering SAP HANA to Snowflake migration. Let's say this is the use case wherein the tables of SAP HANA are being moved to Snowflake or moved to Snowflake. Now, what DataOps Dataflow does is it helps to validate this migration scenario by providing migration wizard, which generates the data flows for the reconciliation. So, DataOps Dataflow automatically generates this data flows for you. You need not generate this or create this data flows for each and every table which is already migrated from SAP HANA to Snowflake. So migration wizard is the wizard which helps you generate these data flows for you. I'm just considering three tables for this session. So I'm considering these three tables, customer 1M and then sample superstore and actor. These are the three tables. Let's say are migrated from SAP HANA to Snowflake. We are trying to validate this data. As you know, in the data suite, we create a data compare component to compare the tables from source to target. So see this data flow automatically generates the data flows for us. This tool generates the data flows for us. Let me show you that in the demo. So here is the data suite. As you know, the first step in this is to create different sources. As our use case is to migrate from SAP HANA to Snowflake, first of all, we should have both the sources available for us. These we have already created here. You can see this is the SAP HANA connection. These are the details of the SAP HANA which we have. And then this is the Snowflake connection. This is the Snowflake connection to which the data is being migrated. Okay. Now we are trying to generate. So once this is done, the data sources are created. The actual process of migration is already done. What we are trying to do is to we are trying to validate the whether the tables are migrated properly from SAP HANA to Snowflake. Okay, so let us take an example of, let's come to the data flow section. We have this generate data flows. Here is the link to the migration wizard. This is we have to click on this link, generate. Here you can see the source data and target data. Before that, this is the prefix, because as you know, it automatically generates the data flows for the reconciliation. We are giving a prefix for this data flows which are getting generated. Now let's say I want to give it as data flow underscore migration as the prefix for all the data flows which are generated. Okay, which are going to be generated. So in this case, I am trying to push this to demo folder. Okay, so and here is the cluster. I want to use the sample lb as the server to use. And then, as you know, the source here is the SAP HANA from where we are migrating the data, and then system is the schema from where we are migrating these tables, and then Snowflake is the db, is the target db. So once these source data and target data sources are selected, the next step, if you see here, is to get into the objects. So you may not want to migrate all the tables. You may not have migrated all the tables, right? So we are trying to validate the migration process. So in this case, as I mentioned, I'm using three tables. This is customers 1M as the one table, which we have migrated from SAP HANA to Snowflake. So I want to generate data flow for this particular customers 1M table. You just select that and drag and drop onto the right hand side. Once you drag and drop the table name, it automatically finds the target object. When I say target object, it has the Snowflake's table name. It automatically populates. If the table name is same between source and target, it automatically populates this table name here. You need not go and select this particular table name again. If there is a deviation, it's not correct, you can always change this table name as well. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is customers 1M is the table which is migrated from SAP HANA to Snowflake. I'm trying to validate the data between customers 1M from SAP HANA and the customers 1M table in the Snowflake. Okay, the same way I'll be doing the same thing for the sample store. As I mentioned, the different tables. So sample superstore is the second table name. As soon as I drag it, it automatically populated this table in the Snowflake as well. Same thing with the actor table also. Selected the actor table, and if I drag and drop, it automatically populated the actor table from the Snowflake as well. So the matching tables are already populated here. After this step, once you click on next, this is the mapping between both the tables from source and target. There should be a mapping column between both these tables. Let's say in this case it is customer ID in case of the customers table. And when I select superstore, here for this one, the for the superstore, you have row ID as the primary key column, which maps both these. And in case of actor, let's say actor ID is the primary key, which maps both these tables. Okay, once you select all these, at times there could be cases where you have extra columns within the target, or you may have few columns, extra columns in the source. If there are any unmapped columns, those are automatically populated here, because it automatically mapped all the columns, table names and column names automatically. If there are some columns which are unmapped, in this case those will be shown here. You can always map it back, remap it, or you can always delete that as well. Okay, so this is the second step. So this is the mapping step, wherein we are mapping, it automatically maps the tables and then table columns as well. And you can always use the partition types. So while you compare this, as you know, in the data flow we have a migration, we have the partitions available. You can partition this data by any of the partition column or either query predicates. For this particular scenario migration case, I am not going into this further. So so this is the mapping step. Once the mapping step is done, we'll go into the options. Here we can give any query predicates, like we have a very condition. I can give that because you don't want to migrate all the table data at times. You may want to migrate only part of the data, but in this case we migrated the complete data, so we are not adding any of the columns or the where conditions here. These are the This is the place where you have to give the where condition if you want that to be appended to the source query. Let's say SAP HANA, it is trying to fetch all the data now from customers 1M table, and then it migrated all the table data. Okay, in that case we need not give any where condition here. Okay, so these are the different advanced options we have. Like we have you want to, because we are doing checking the differences between both the source and target. You always want to know the records only in the source but not in target, the records only in target but not in source, and the differences. You want to know these differences as well as part of the data reconciliation. So I'm selecting these columns, and then enable checkpoint is the one which, if you want to persist this data for to retrieve very easily, going forward, you can enable this checkpoint. At this time I won't be checking this one. Okay, these are the different options you can select. And once you click on proceed to generate, you can see on the left hand side, this is the data flow name which is going to be generated for your migration case. Let's say I have 100 tables. You'll get all the data flows prefixed with df underscore migration underscore the table name. Okay, so right now as we compared only three, we are trying to compare three tables. So these are the source object names, these are the target object names, these are the these will be the generated data flow. These data flows will be generated, okay, with these names. So once you click on this generate data flows, it automatically generates these data flows. So these data flow names are already existing. So I just want to go back and change the prefix here so that it generates valid data. In this case, what it is saying is there are already some tables with this prefix df underscore migration for the same tables. So I'm just using df underscore mig as the prefix just to avoid that duplication. Now once I click on next, these are the objects. I'm just going to the last step, the mapping step, and then options, and then once you click on proceed to generate, here now your data flow name will be df underscore mig underscore customers 1m. Okay, now once I click on generate data flow, it automatically generates these data flows for you. As we have seen, we are trying to generate these in the, so these are already generated. Now these data flows are generated. Let's go into that particular data flow and see how they are generated. Sorry. Yeah. So this is where actually this got generated. You can see this df underscore mig underscore actor, df underscore mig underscore sample superstore, and df underscore mig underscore customers 1m. So let's get into this data flow. Here what is trying to do is, let's see this diagram. So here it is trying to get the data from customers 1m from the source, which is SAP HANA, and then it's trying to get the data from target, which is Snowflake, for the same table customers 1m, and then it is trying to compare this data. So it automatically created all the data flows for you. For each of these tables, it generated the data flows for you. Okay, so this is one case, and also you can see the same data flows here as well. The similar way you can see the data flow components here as well. So if you have 100 tables, these 100 tables will be generated using this migration wizard. This drastically reduces the time for the migration validation. Okay, so in the migration process you may need to validate, let's say 500 tables from source to target. So you can use this wizard to reduce the generation time for all these data flows. I hope you got this. Let us meet in the next session with a different topic. Thanks a lot.